And everybody seems to have that desire to help everybody become a safe and excellent pilot, that's part of the culture. That's kind of the vibes, the little bit that it's intangible. You can't describe that.
So now that you're in and you've experienced the program, not only just program, but in general some flight training, what would be your advice to any incoming students or people who are inquiring about getting flight training or starting their aviation career?
It's a lot. Start learning as soon as you can. So my medical got deferred. I don't want this to be an interview question about getting a deferred medical pass, but I had about a year and a half. During that time, I was able to kind of nerd out and go to what I call YouTube University, and because there's a lot of resources on YouTube out there, and you can even pay for your own ground school if you wanted to. I didn't go that route because there's enough stuff on YouTube, but if you don't have the time to kind of immerse yourself before you have to learn the material, it's different learning material when you have to learn it versus when you get to learn it because you are curious and you want to learn it. If you're curious at all, get in, start learning the basics of PPL, learn your ground stuff. Take your writtens early. If you're doing a quick program like this, get all of your writtens done. I did all of mine except for one, and I wish I had done that one. So get all of your writtens, every single one of them done beforehand. It will help you be in the moment and not have to be worried about two different things.
When you have your writtens done, you get to focus on all the stuff that we're talking about on the ground, right?
And you
get to retain the information, you get to go over the information consistently, and you become more familiar with it rather than trying to have, take your mind off of what we're going over and then, studying as well. So definitely those writtens done, for sure.
I would say get the writtens done and start studying. You
Takes
could get the ACS and go through that. That's what you're going to be tested on. Go through the ACS and just start studying those points. Find a YouTube video that is on each one of those topics and educate yourself before you get to a place where you have to learn it. Because when you have to learn it, it's a different game than if you get to learn it. Like I had about a year period in there where I just kind of would take about an hour a day and go to YouTube and find either it was sometimes it was pilot debrief. You don't really learn a lot on that. Sometimes it was IFR, reading charts symbology, airspace, weather is a huge one. You can spend weeks on weather. But just pick I would take an hour. I would pick one topic and I would dive in.
5983.
And after the hour, I was good. I made sure not to burn myself out. And it was fun learning in that I was doing it because I wanted to. When I started studying for the writtens, now I have to. I was already a little bit ahead of the game. I knew about 60% of what was on there already. So it was a little bit easier studying for the writtens, having that time to kind of research and learn for myself.
What about someone considering a career change,
Do it, don't wait. Don't wait. I mean, I spent 12 years in the music industry. It was a mental hurdle getting out of that because you work hard to get somewhere and then you decide to leave. It's a mental hurdle to go, am I leaving this behind? But if you wait, you're just going to waste time. If you know this is something you want to do, don't wait. Having said that, if you've got something like I had a medical and I had time that I had to kind of wait, I had been stopped. I couldn't go any further. If you do have that, learn as much as you can in the meantime. But if you don't have that, jump in as soon as you can. You have a limited number of days in your life. God knows the number, but you're going to say, I could have done this last year after year. So you might as well go do it now. Don't waste time. And then if you get into something you really don't like, cool. Don't feel bad abandoning it. But don't say it's something you want to go do and then never go do it. You'll regret that. You will regret that every time. Even if it's not aviation, whatever it is, if you say you want to go do it. Don't say you're going to do it or say you want to do it and then mentally block yourself from doing it. You'll regret that your whole life.
Yeah. I'd say, for me, the place to commit, if you're really looking to get done, right, you're super serious about it. You got to come through.
Yeah, if you're through. Here's the thing is I think you got to know yourself well enough to know how you learn. For me, when I was learning how to ride a motorcycle, I was at my internship post-college and I didn't have a car. I went out to UCLA and I got a bike out there and I had no car. All I had was a motorcycle. So that's all I rode every day. that's how I knew. But I learned real quick how to ride a motorcycle, and I became very familiar. But if I'd have done that once a month, it would have taken me forever. I still wouldn't know how to ride a motorcycle. If you're the type that needs to fly and needs hands-on every day, this is the place for you. If you need a little more time in between stuff to kind of process stuff, you're a little slower of a learner, and maybe sometimes the bombardment of information can kind of get to you. This may not be the place for you because everything is as quick as you can go through here. This place requires full commitment. You got to have a full schedule, and you got to be both feet in. You can't be 1 foot in and succeed.
I still think, regardless, we pretty flexible, right? As transparent as you can be, right? If you have obligations at homes, we could work around it.
True.
And that's one of the things that I love to see. You know, people. You know, one of my friends is in the Army, right? Goes in, comes back out, and he's still good to go, still ready to start his training up again. You know, so that flexibility of the schedule is what spoke out to me as well, and to anybody who should come.
Yeah, we've got. I mean, a couple of the guys I study with have families and kids, and you know, the whole nine. So it's not something that you can't have a family outside of. You got to be committed. But it's that way with everything. I think you got to be committed with anything if you want to be successful.
That is true.
It's like a soft field landing. You don't commit. you limp into a soft field landing, you're gonna have problems. All right.
Yeah, especially for a slip. Maybe for a slip as well.
You gotta commit.
Yeah, put it in. If you're gonna put a slip in, put that slip in. Right. Get her down. What have you experienced culture-wise here, since you've now actually been in the program, like culture-wise with the students, instructors, things like that?
Culture-wise, so the thing that I appreciate most is everybody's got their people that they study with. Everybody's kind of got your group, but everybody can kind of flow in between. Like there's people I'll say hey to in the hallway. There's people I'll study with. There's people who I'm cheering on who are ahead of me, and there's people who I'm cheering on who are behind me. But there's this team aspect of it that I dig, that everybody kind of seems to be. If somebody has trouble on something, everybody's willing to help. Anybody's willing to help. Like I was just, when we were pre-flight, guys getting ready for instrument check ride, and I just got done with that, so I was able to kind of help and say, hey, here's what to kind of expect. You're going to be over-prepared because that's the way Blue Line does. You prepare. That way the check ride isn't the hardest lesson.
Oh yeah,
it's not the hardest lesson. But if you can get up to the check ride, you're more than prepared for the check ride. So I was just able to kind of help him, encourage him, and give him some feelers for what it's gonna be like, what to expect, and try to calm the nerves. I had somebody do that for me, so I try to do that for people behind me. Is because there's a fear of the unknown. You don't know your first check ride, man. I was so nervous. I didn't know what I didn't know. Like I was fine. Like they prepared, knowing that I know what I know now about the syllabus. I was more than prepared.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah, the check ride nerves are so real.
It's real, man. I took the hardest nap after. I went back home and I was like, wow, I am exhausted.
You're just thinking all day.
Well, I didn't realize how much I had built it up, because I had mine. I deferred, so I did my mock oral, I did my oral and then deferred the flight for 2 days. So I had 2 days to just
think about how you're gonna get through it.
But you did. Steep on the nerves. Yeah,
you did.
But yeah, so the team aspect, because I've had people ahead of me going like, hey, you got any questions on instrument? When I was coming up to instrument, they had just done that. And I've got people behind me that I'm doing the same thing to. It's just a very team aspect. It doesn't matter if you're good buddies with that guy. It doesn't matter if you just met that person. Everybody seems to be we're all on the same team. We all have the same goal. The goal is safety and excellence. And everybody's willing to help. There is no competition of like, oh, well, you passed this sooner than I did. And it's like, the goal is for everybody to become an excellent, safe pilot. So, and everybody seems to have that desire to help everybody become a safe and excellent pilot, that's part of the culture. That's kind of the vibes, the little bit that it's intangible. You can't describe that.
Yeah.
But what about you? You're a new instructor. How is it? What is it like being an instructor versus, because you just finished the program in October?
Oh yeah.
In October. So you finished in October. What's it like because that was a pretty quick transition. You got hired in December. What was it like going with a month off from finishing the program to right into being an instructor?
It was quick. I mean, I went through the program, so I mean, you're now I'm accustomed to it. You know, getting things done fast paced. You know, trying to get things done on a schedule, on a tight schedule, at anything at the least. So there's that. It's also fun though. It's different from, you know, you're in the CFI course, you're learning how to be a CFI. Right now I'm learning how to teach a student while I'm still learning myself, you know. And it's just constant learning every single day. But it is so much fun meeting new personalities, talking to new people along the hallway, even helping people get through whatever rating that they're working on at that present moment, you know. And to be so immersed in aviation daily, right? You're going from talking about the multi-engine, then to the CFII or instrument talks, and then VFR. You know, just constantly eating information, just consuming knowledge, and it just goes up from there. So it's a blessing for sure, and I'm super grateful. Let me tell you, I'm super grateful. So all the people who believed in me, shout out to them. Workers. It's definitely different having your own student, guiding him and teaching him through. Right. I thought I talked a lot, like I was over explaining a lot of the things, or not necessarily just over explaining, but you know, I started rambling about one maneuver, you know, taking up time. You know, you get through those. Those are just a part of learning, growing, getting more experience.
We used to say back in my days, living the dream.
Man, these shades need to come in, bruh.
But that's where the flying thing, like every little boy kind of wanted to be a fireman, be a, you know, fighter pilot, be a race car driver, fly planes.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
there's something about the little kid in me always wanted to do this.
Same. I actually just wasn't interested in all the other careers. I still wanted to do this as a kid, but I wasn't interested in everything else. It was just like, I mean, you sit behind a desk, accounting, that's cool. I mean, even being a lawyer might have been fun. After watching the Harvey Specter show. Yeah, that show is low-key fun. But, yeah, becoming a pilot, getting to fly every day, your office being inside a cockpit, just your view is just immaculate every day. What is your end goal with
departure? You can
aviation?
climb maintain 10,000, turn
What's
right
my
direct
end goal in
scams.
aviation?
10,000 right direct scams. People
I don't-
on SD92.
I don't know. See, like you, I kind of had this is just a cool field to be paid to fly a plane. Like that just seems like a really cool job. Whatever that looks like. I don't know. I don't have like I know people who are like, I want to fly the 787.
4,000 past
That's my platform. Once I get there, I don't want to fly anything else, you know, kind of thing. I don't really have that. I think private jets are kind of cool. There's some technology that goes in there that is a little more advanced, which I think that is cool. The consistency of an airline is cool. I could do cargo. I could see myself doing medevac. That would be cool because you kind of have a clock running, you know, on the medevac. I could see myself doing any number of things. The goal is fly something faster, something bigger. And having said that, I would love to fly a lot of different airframes. I mean, that's part of the beauty of it is you don't have to, you know, stick with one plane your whole career. I think it's fun. It'd be fun to learn different planes as you progress in your career. You learn a different planes. That's a different, and you also never know. Like that whole UPS thing, their whole fleet got that. Was it DC 10s, 11s? That whole fleet, like when that happened, cool. They're grounded. If you're typed in the 11 or the DC 11, you're out of a job for however long. So having the versatility and moving platforms, I feel like is just. That's part of the game. What about you? Do you have a category or a type of flying that you want to do?
None. I'm fine with whatever, as long as I one day end up in a 777.
It's very specific.
I just want to fly the 777.
Why? What makes the 777 special for you?
Best twin engine aircraft, like
the performance profile?
Yeah, bro. You just can't beat it. Plus, it's just a big plane. I mean, just operating something that large, you know, being PIC of something that big. I mean, being PIC of something this large is fun as well, but you know, just being in that environment, the on and off schedules, maybe working a week or two and then having the rest of the month to yourself. I mean, that's golden. I like spending time with my family especially, so that type of schedule would be, I mean, wonderful. Granted, all the seniority stuff, you know, you get past that, but I mean, this is why I came here. You get your time, you get your certs so you can be quicker to be eligible, right? In a very already competitive market right now. So sometimes it takes a little bit longer than expected for others. So
No time to wait.
no time to wait.
You could be doing something else.
You know what? I could still be working at my past job, which was unfavorable. So no.
What did you used to do?
Out of high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I just stayed at Cane's, and then while I was waiting to come here, I was at FedEx.
I did a little stint at FedEx in their warehouse. What'd you do at FedEx?
I was working on the ramp at the airport.
Oh, nice. I did that at Asheville too. I worked with Allegiance.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that was a GOA. Yeah, there was a lot.
I was driving tugs around.
Yeah, yeah. That was fun.
But I was like, while every day I came in, I'll just look at the 777 and be like, I'm gonna fly you one day. So I wish I went to the FBO a lot more though.
Where was it at? Raleigh?
That was Indiana.
Oh.
Yeah, FedEx has a hub in Indiana.
Yeah, cargo kind of has its appeal too. Like I get some of the overnight flights. Like a lot of, I feel like, from what I've heard, cargo is pretty much overnight. Like a majority of
your flights are gonna be at night.
Yeah. But having said that, dude, the night flights are peaceful. It's just not. It's like driving at night. Like, yeah, as long as you get used to the schedule, it's so much less traffic.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with as much.
Yeah. Plus no onboard radio calls. Welcome aboard flight 2375 with service to Fort Lauderdale.